Hey guys, I wanted to try to quickly make you a video and show you a little bit about how I go about meal planning for the week. So this is a template that I shared with you all under files. Somebody requested that I give them access to that, and I have changed that at this point. So hopefully you all can access this. But this is not a template that I made. I found this on Pinterest or somewhere, and so it seemed kind of cool, and so I wanted to give it a shot. I normally write it all out. I don't use a fancy little, map like this or whatever, but this isn't my first round. So for those of you that are, just getting into this, I think that something laid out like this is super helpful. So on the left here is the number of containers that you would get for your day. And my containers are going to be different than yours because I'm not actually doing the 21-day fix. I'm starting hammer and chisel on Monday, and so my containers are different than yours. Even though it uses the 21-day fix meal plan, it's a weightlifting based program, and so we get more containers. So these are my containers. I just changed them out, the numbers for what I needed, and I also changed them down here on the bottom where there's like a little cheat sheet for what things you can put in whatever color the container it is. So I changed these, and then here's, the meal for the day, and then each day of the week is laid out horizontally. So the very first thing that I liked to do, I added another column here because I always write out what I have going on in my week. So for example, on Wednesdays, Harley has gymnastics at 5:45. So it runs an hour. We're not getting home until 6:45. So we're having a late dinner that night. And so I need a crock pot meal here. Um, I also split it between Ashley and Michael. And so my husband he's out at a conference most of the weekend. So I need to prep something that's good enough for just me and not something that we need for the two of us. It's just easier to have all of those sort of things kind of laid out for you so you don't forget. And then I go in and the first thing I do is put in my Shakeology. I have Shakeology for breakfast every morning. So Monday through Sunday, Shakeology, breakfast, done. I don't even have to think about it. Um, I sometimes switch up my Shakeology recipe, what I'm having. But as a rule, I pretty much have either chocolate or vanilla with a banana and water, period. So, and I do use a whole banana. So it's actually two purples and one red. And I just fill that in across the board. Done. I don't even have to think about it, which is one of my favorite parts about Shakeology. Um, then I like to plan dinner first, okay, because it's going to use the majority of your containers. So Pinterest is super amazing with tons and tons and tons of recipes. And not only do they have the recipes, but they also have it broken down for you so that you don't have to figure out how many containers everything is. You don't even really have to measure per se. So I know my husband already requested that we have, where are they? Nachos. There they are. This week. And so I'm going to come here. They're super simple to make and they were really good. We've had them before. And I just split my screen so that I can easily add in here that on Monday we're going to have the 21-day fix nachos. And I can add in the containers. So it's 2 yellow, 1 red, 1 blue, and half a purple. Okay, so that's done. And actually, sometimes, depending on if it's a new recipe or not, I will pin this under on the menu this week. Okay, we have like our own little board so that I can find those recipes quickly. So I don't like to print anything out. It's a waste of paper. So there's my dinner for Monday, okay? I'm not a big morning snacker, so that's not something that I generally have to worry about, but I also haven't been going to work, so that may change midweek. My lunch plan this week, because I know it's going to be cold and rainy, is to have chicken stir fry. And it's a favorite of mine because I know that I can type. I know that I can make it on Sunday and I can eat it all week and it still tastes good and I like it. Okay. So I don't actually have a recipe for chicken stir fry. I just go to the grocery store and buy a ton of vegetables that are on sale and some chicken, and I throw them together. So I just know from past experience that I'm gonna have one red, two greens, and a teaspoon. Okay, or a tablespoon. Sorry, not a teaspoon. And that'll be my lunch, and that'll actually be my lunch all week. I know it makes, I think, 4 usually, but I stretch it out into 5. And so I have no problem eating the same food all week long. So that's nice for me. Some of you need a little more variety in your life, and that's totally fine. You're just going to have probably leftovers. But the other nice part about the 21 Day Fix, many of the recipes, is that they really only make a couple of servings. So like enough for you and your husband, or, you and your kids, or you and your wife, or whatever. So that's another really great part about the recipes. For snacks, I like to have boiled eggs, and you get to have 2 for a red. And so I think 2 boiled eggs at one time is sort of a lot, even though I love boiled eggs. And so for me, I usually have 2 boiled eggs, but I split them up. So that'll be a half a red there and a half a red here. And like I said, I don't generally do that morning snack, but that could change. So there's potential that I'll have a fruit here, just something that's on sale, and that'll be 1 purple. Okay, so we'll see how that is. So if I go ahead and tally my daily tally, I'll start with my greens. So I have 2 greens. I have 2, 3.5 purple, which is over, and that's totally fine with me. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3 reds, so that's good. Oh, I forgot to put my P here. I have 2 yellows and 1 blue. I hardly ever use an orange. I don't know what it is about what goes in those orange containers, but I have absolutely zero desire to eat any of that. What is in the orange? Oh yeah, seeds and stuff. Yep, nope, not my thing. Okay, so those are my tallies. Okay, so as you can see, I went over by a half in purple land, and I am totally fine with that. Um, Honestly, if you're going to go over in containers, if you go over in a green or you go over in a red, not a big deal. You can't go way over in purples, okay? Because then you're getting way too much sugar. A half of a purple, probably not a big deal, especially considering the fact that I'm probably not actually going to eat this purple. Definitely don't really want to go over in the blue or the orange, and certainly not your yellows. But if you're gonna go over, then go over in your greens and go over in your reds. Um, so yeah, I would just go about planning dinners really for the rest of the week. I will likely boil enough eggs to have 2 per day for the entire week. I really wish eggs were cheaper right now. But that's just a quick, easy snack for me. And being on the go and being a teacher, it's just easy for me to crack an egg and walk out of the office. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about meal planning, please don't hesitate to ask. It's not a bother. I don't mind answering your questions. I would much rather you ask than just feel lost and confused. So good luck. I look forward to hearing about and seeing your meal prep pictures, and I'll see you guys soon.